I got to do this. The Terminator. Now, I've been thinking about it because I made the video recently for all the MILFs. You know, I was reading the love scene from the Terminator novel by Sean Hudson. Here it is. Right there you go. And it got me thinking because the last time I saw the film, you know, it struck me. I was like, this isn't a film about abortion, this is. You know, Sarah Connor is the Terminator and she's going to have an abortion. Now, you're going to laugh at this. You're going to say I'm crazy. It's a far-right theory, isn't it? But at the end of the movie, you know, forget the sequels. Forget all of them. I'm talking about The Terminator when it first came out, because it was supposed to be a standalone movie. And when it came out, it was a blockbuster smash. And at the end of the movie, she's contemplating, Sarah Connor, killing the kid. And she's far gone. You know, she's showing, let's put it that way. You know, she's heavily pregnant, the lass. And she's talking into a recorder. She's making recordings for the future baby, saying, you know, basically, if I decide to have you, because I've not made my mind up yet. And she looks up and the clouds, black clouds are rolling in. And it's very foreboding. And then we hear the Terminator theme. Do-do-do-do-do. And it's her. She is the Terminator. They didn't need to send a robot from the future to kill John Connor, because his own mother will do it for him. So it's a crazy film. It's basically, you know, a soap opera that plays out in her head. A sci-fi drama that plays out in Sarah Connor's mad, feverish head. And, you know, there's two guys fighting over who's daddy. And, you know, one saying, I want it. You know, we've got to keep the kid. And the other saying, get rid. Cold, robotic, emotionless. And they're both, you know, they're both gunning for her in their own ways. And, you know, it's soft and romantic, Kyle Reese lovemaking. You know, you're made to believe that he's the dad. But no, it's actually Arnie. It's the robot. He's the one who's, you know, impregnated her, you know, beforehand. Because she's loose as a goose, Sarah Connor, you know, in the film. I mean, look, she's the kind of lass that goes to nightclubs by herself. A slag, you know, and sits there waiting to be targeted by creepy fucking men. And then she's got them fighting over her. She loves it. And wherever she goes, she causes fucking mayhem and trouble. And all the guys are trying to get a sniff. And I'm telling you, that's what that movie's about, The Terminator. Her, the abortionist. Now, in The Terminator 2, you know, if you want to talk about the sequels, again, films that really, they're just sci-fi soap operas that play out in Sarah Connor's head. You know, and she can't stand her own kid, John Connor. She can't stand him. And she's cold and emotionless, and she's a robot in the second movie. She simply is. She's fucking wacky and evil as fuck. And in the first film, she's all sweetness and light, but that's a mask. It's a thin disguise, that. And Arnie, he cottons onto this after impregnating her. After getting her up the duff, it's like she don't give a fuck, this one. You know, she's a good time gal, and she's up for the ride. And Kyle Reese is like, oh, baby sweet, please keep the baby, I'll look after him. You know, don't kill the future, don't fuck everything up, don't get rid of the baby. And she's like, I'll do what I want. She puts herself in dangerous situations. She's a psychopath. She's evil. She's got the dead-eyed stare. She talks absolute gobbledygook. And it's a movie. It's a bit like, they're not real. There is no robot. There's no one's come from the future to fight over her. No one's doing that. She's a narcissist. And, you know, it's all playing out in her head, and she's so important and powerful. And these fucking deadbeat loser guys are fighting over her. And, challenging, for a duel to the death over this bitch. And it's all bullshit. And she's trying to make out like she's the most important thing ever. And then she gets a kid. She gets impregnated. And then it's used as a weapon, is what it is. A weapon to fuck the future up. And to mess with everything. And mess with everybody involved. Because she's evil and toxic and sick. That's Sarah Connor. She's the real, villain of the piece. She's the nasty, cyborg, rotter, vile, evil bitch.